everyone, it's Froggy, and today I'm doing another Pokemon Top 10. It has been a hot minute since I've done one of these videos, at least like a year. Today I'm doing Gen 4, and I am joined by my friend Ham. Hello.
Hello.
Ham, you've known from, like, Monster Prom, Monster Camp. He did a little Stardew Valley with me. He's been here, there, and everywhere. So, you guys should be used to him by now. But you are a big fan of Pokemon, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think Gen 4 is your favorite, right?
Yep. Ever
since you've been 8?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a long time to like Pokemon.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to do this one with you, and it's been a long time, but, you know, Pokemon's kind of been around on the media lately, because of, like, you know, Sword and Shield coming out, and the announcement for, Pokemon Snap, and then there was the Mystery Dungeon DX remake. So, it's definitely been in the, in like, the spotlight as of late. For like the last year, but I mean, let's be real. Pokemon's been popular pretty much since it came out.
I mean, it's Pokemon.
Yeah, everybody knows about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Most people like Pokemon. Not everybody, but, you know, most people.
Well, the people who don't are wrong.
Cool people like Pokemon. So, now Gen 4 doesn't have a whole lot of Pokemon in it. Usually, I like doing it where you pick one Pokemon from a line, but because there's just so few of them, I don't mind waiving that rule a little bit.
I mean, I picked them all from different lines.
Well, I didn't, so spoiler alert. Okay, so why don't we get this party started with our number 10 pick?
Okay.
Go ahead.
You going first, or am I?
You can go first.
Mine's Garchomp.
You want to tell us a little bit why?
Garchomp's basically like the Dragonite of Gen 4. And I thought it was really cool because you can get it pretty early in the game, at least, like, well, not Garchomp itself, but its pre-evolution. Like, immediately after the, second gym. So I thought it was really nice that you could get a dragon type that fast, and you can, it's a really cool one to just have. It's good. Sorry.
Why are you sorry?
What's it called? Rambling on.
No, that's fine. It's good to know why he's your favorite. And honestly, dragon types are always really strong. So we do tend to see at least one dragon type somewhere in these top 10s.
Wait, he's not my favorite though. He's my 10th favorite.
No, I know.
I'm
just saying. Well, I mean, he's favorite enough to make it onto this list.
That is true.
My 10th favorite is Abomasnow.
Oh.
I used to not like him at all. I hated the way that he looked. I just wasn't a fan of him. But I ended up using him a lot when I was playing Sword and Shield, and he wound up being in, like, my end game team. I named him Pink Eye, which I thought was appropriate.
I mean, he does have pink eyes.
I know. He looks like he's got a problem. But, yeah, I don't know. He started growing on me.
I like Abomasnow a lot, especially its pre-evolution, Snover.
Snover is pretty cute. But yeah. Abomasnow, he's not, like, the best Pokemon or anything, but he's grown on me, so he grew on me enough to make it to my top 10.
Nice.
Alright, number 9. Go ahead.
Driftloon.
Really?
Yeah. I like Driftloon a lot, because it's got the whole thing where its Pokédex entry says it'll take children away to the depths of hell, which I thought was really creepy. But it's also just a cool Pokemon because it's a ghost type in a balloon. I'm like, that's really cool. It's also interesting the way it shows up in the game too.
Oh.
Yeah, in the games it shows up standing outside Valley Windworks only on Fridays at certain times of the day.
Oh, so he's
And
harder
I discovered,
to get.
I figured that out by accident, because when you finally beat that area, they say maybe the balloon Pokemon will come back. I'm just like, well, balloon Pokemon? I don't know what that means. And I just showed up there one day, and then like, oh, there's a Driftloon here.
Nice. For me, my 9th favorite is Fione.
Oh, Fione?
Yeah. Fione? Like
That's the way I
Fiona?
pronounce it.
I don't know, I always called him Fione. How do you guys pronounce his name? Let us know in the comments below. But I just really like mythical Pokemon. They're not legendary Pokemon, so they're still okay being on my list. But yeah, I don't know. Mythical Pokemon always had a special place for me because I always loved Mew, and then since then, like, I've really just loved most of the mythical Pokemon that have come out. And I love that Fione is born, like, you can breed to get him, and that's how you have to get him.
That's true.
Because he's the only one that you can do that with.
Yeah, I always thought it was a weird one though. Like I didn't know why they included them, because there's no like in-game reason for why they're there, or lore reason why they're there either.
Well, some things just exist.
True.
I'm not gonna complain too hard about it.
I liked it a lot too, because when I heard that you could breed Manaphy to get another Pokemon, I'm like, that's really cool.
I think the only other one that you can do that with is, like, is it Cosmog that you can do that with too?
I don't even think you can breed Cosmog.
I feel like I thought you could, but I could be wrong.
I will check right now.
Well, we'll get back to that. After number 8.
Number 8. Yeah. Mine is Glaceon.
Fair. I knew Glaceon was going to wind up on your list somewhere.
Why did you say that?
I feel like that was one of the ones that you've talked about before.
Well,
them and Frostlass. I know you like the two of them, so.
Glaceon was actually one that I struggled to put on the list, because it was either between Glaceon and Leafeon, and it came down to like a very superficial thing on which one had the better shiny. And I thought Glaceon's, like, they both have disappointing shinies, but Glaceon's is pretty good.
We also kind of like ice Pokemon too, but
I do enjoy it. It's one of my favorite types.
That's what I figured.
I do. I like the reason why they're so low on the list though, not higher up, is because they kind of got the short end of the stick when it comes to evolutions.
Yeah.
For Glaceon and Leafeon, because for whatever reason, Leafeon's attack is greater than their special attack, and Glaceon's special attack is greater than their regular attack, which should be opposite, because there's more physical ice type moves in that generation than special type moves, and vice versa for grass types. So those two kind of got the short end of the stick, but I still like them. They're one of my favorites of the evolutions.
Really? You don't hear that very often, because everyone's like, oh, Umbreon, or oh, Jolteon, or oh, Sylveon, or whatever.
I mean, Umbreon is one of my favorites.
Oh, mine too, hands down, but...
It's probably my favorite, but, you know, I don't get a chance to use it all that much.
Yeah. I mean, I love Umbreon, but I do feel bad for Leafeon and Glaceon, because there's not a lot of love out there for them.
Oh, I love them so much. I've got little statues of them with their cards.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Baniri.
Hell yeah.
Baniri's adorable. It's the
cutest
really little bun, and you have to level it up through friendship, and it just looks so soft. And I love that its ears will sense like danger, and they'll like freak out when danger's afoot. And also, it shows like when they're like damaged too. Like their ears, yeah. Based off of what I read, like, their ears will show you either, like, when they're sensing danger outside or they're sensing danger within themselves, as in, like, you know, they're really sick and ill and they need proper care.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The more you know.
I also like how Baniri's evolution line gets a Mega version.
Okay, I don't like the Mega version.
I don't either, but I'm just saying I like how it got enough recognition to be able to get a Mega.
Fair enough. Alright, let's do number 7. Yay!
Number 7, mine is Hippopotas.
Is that the pre-evolution or the evolved form?
The pre-evolution.
Okay, the cuter one.
Yes. I fell in love with Hippopotas when I saw it for the first time.
Yeah?
It was adorable. I wanted it on my team, but I already had a Pokemon that was ground type, so I'm just like, well, I can't do that. I already bonded with this one.
Aw.
It's also one of the Pokemons that's weird, because its male and female differences are like really well known, because the coloring is different.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
I enjoy a lot.
The first time that I saw them, I thought for sure I had gotten a shiny, and I was like, oh! And then I realized that it's just because of its gender, and I was like, oh, well, that's less interesting.
I think that...
I mean, like, it's cool, but it's like, oh,
I think
okay.
it's really cool, but I think the female one is actually better than the female coloration is better than the shiny version in general.
I do like when they do that. It just kind of gets confusing when you're not expecting it. Like, the first time that I saw it, what was it, Quagsire with lipstick?
Yeah, it was actually No, it was Wobbuffet.
Wobbuffet, yes, that's it. Not Quagsire.
That was actually the gender differences became like a thing in Gen 4.
Oh.
I think I could be wrong.
I can't remember. All I know is one minute Pikachu had a normal tail, the next minute Pikachu had a butt tail.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be a heart, but it's butt.
A little bit. A little bit of butt.
Yeah. My number 7 is Lucario.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, do I really have to explain? It's freaking Lucario. Like, he's strong and he's badass and he was a character in Super Smash Bros. You know, like, everybody loves Lucario. But I think it's because everyone loves him so much that he's so low on my list. And he just got super hyped. And it's like, after the hype, it was like, oh, well... I mean, like,
he got his own movie around him. In fact, I think he might have gotten 2.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. He's just incredibly popular. It's like almost, not quite, but almost Charizard level of popularity. Nobody beats Charizard on popularity, though.
To be fair, Lucario didn't get a Gigantamax form in the new game.
No, he didn't. I'm a little surprised.
Who knows? They might reveal it later on.
Maybe because they were like, well, I guess he's already got a Super Smash Bros. Character, so why bother?
I mean, they gave him a Mega when he was a Super Smash Bros. character.
Yeah, I guess it's true. Oh, well. Alright, let's go to number 6.
Number 6. Mine is Shaymin.
Oh.
Yeah, Shaymin's probably my favorite of the legendaries in Gen 4, which sounds weird. But, I don't know, I just love little Shaymin so much.
Shaymin's adorable.
I had to cheat to get mine, but I loved mine so much. And I love that it had 2 differing forms, too. I could
really
be wrong on that, but
I love the Sky form.
The Sky form's amazing. I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure the Shaymin was the first Pokemon to have different forms, besides, like, Giratina.
Maybe.
Because they both had 2 different forms, and I think that was supposed to be... They're parallels of each other.
I suppose. I'm not entirely sure. I actually don't remember if there's other Pokemon before that who had different forms. Something more to look into, I guess. There's quite a few things where we're like, we need to look into that. Like Cosmog. Did you find out anything about him, by the way?
I don't think you can breed. I tried Googling it.
Fair enough. Alright, well, my number 6 is Mamo Swine.
Ooh.
I love mammoths. I love mammoths.
Fair. I really liked how Piloswine got an evolution, too. Because I've never been a huge fan of them just, like, being just little lumps on the ground.
Well, the middle evolution looks like Cousin It from the Addams Family. But, like, a pig version. And then when they brought him out and made him into, like, a full-fledged Mamo Swine, like, I'm hoping that was, like, a plan from the beginning and they weren't planning on just leaving him as Piloswine.
I don't think so, because Piloswine was a Gen 2 Pokemon, and Mamo Swine is Gen 4, so there's a whole gen difference there.
I know, but it could just be because, I don't know. There's, like, a whole bunch of other things, but, like, either way, he's one of the only ones where they actually came out with, a new evolution for it later on that I actually really liked. Because most of the time when they do that, I'm like, eh.
Well, yeah, there's quite a few in Gen 4, there's quite a few pre-evolutions and new evolutions.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't... He's the only one that appears on my list like that. The rest of them is like a...
I don't have any, but that's not because... Well, actually, no, that's not true. I do have one. But the rest I like a lot, except for a couple.
Munchlax I like. I do like him. I think he's cute. I do like Mime Jr. The pre-evolutions are usually okay. Pichu I didn't care for when he came out, and same thing with, like, what is it?
Well, Pichu was Gen 2.
No, yeah, I know. But I'm just, like, I'm not saying from this generation. I'm just saying in general. Yeah. Like, the pre-evolutions and the later evolutions, I don't like them for pretty much any of the Pokemon, but there's, like, a select few where I'm like, yeah, you know what? That really adds on to it. Like, I hate, the Blimp.
The Blimp?
Stupid Blimp. Togepi's final evolution.
Oh, Togekiss.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Yeah, Togekiss
I don't like
looks
him.
a bit weird.
I don't.
I wouldn't have even minded if it looked different. Like.
Yeah, right. If he would have came out looking a little different, okay, that would have been fine. But I hate him as it is. I like Elekid, but I hate the other
Electivire.
I hate Electivire.
See, when it comes to Elekid, Elekid's got Magby as like its partnering Pokemon in that regard.
And I'm okay with those two. Those two are okay. It's the later evolutions for both of them that I hate.
No, well, that's what I mean. Is that I like Electivire. I don't like Magmortar, which is the evolution for Magby.
I don't like him either.
Yeah, Magmortar has always been strange to me. Electivire I thought was pretty cool, but
not a fan. Yeah. But Mamo Swine is cool, anyways. Oh, also, I like and also hate that he's hunted by Weevil.
Yeah.
That makes me sad. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, Mamo Swine, get it! And you just kick Weevil's butt. Alright, let's go on to number 5.
Alright.
So what's your number 5?
Number 5 for me is Rampardos.
Rampardos? Oh,
yes, it's the evolution of the one of the fossils.
Is that Cranidosis?
Yes, Cranidos.
Yes, that's it. Cranidos. Cranidos.
Honestly, I think between the two of the fossils, I like Shieldon the best, but I like the evolution for Cranidos better.
I do like Shieldon the best. Just in general. Like, between all of the fossil Pokemon, like, all 4 versions of the fossil Pokemon from this, Shieldon is definitely my favorite between them.
Yeah, I like Shieldon.
He looks the best.
Shieldon a lot.
Mm-hmm. But
I really like Rampardos in that.
So, why?
I don't know why. I like Shieldon better than Cranidos, but I think Rampardos' evolution is just better than Bastiodon's.
Is it because he's stronger, or he looks better, or both?
I think it's both. It's not like he's stronger. They both got... Like, Rampardos is meant for more attacking, Bastiodon is meant for more defensive.
Fair. My number 5 is Rotom.
Nice.
I mean, how could he not at least appear on my list somewhere?
I love Rotom so much.
I like that Rotom can change forms. I like that he can be a refrigerator. Yeah. That makes me laugh.
Now that we're talking about Rotom, Rotom was the first to have... Actually, no, it was Deoxys the first to have different forms. But Rotom was a Pokemon you can get before Shaymin that had different forms.
Yeah. That's true, that's true. So he did have quite a few different forms. And, well, no, there's also Cast Form.
Oh, that's true,
Cast Form's got other forms, and I think he's Gen 3.
Yeah, so he's even before Deoxys.
Yeah, so he would be the first. That's right.
You can get Cast Form way before you can get Deoxys.
Well, yeah. But yeah, I like that he's got the different forms. I like that his different forms take on different, powers. Types?
Yeah.
That's really cool to me. I also love that you can find him in, like, all of technology now. Like, you get yourself a smartphone and there's a Rotom inside, so you're just automatically given a Pokemon that you can't use in battle, but... Like, are they...
See, I'm not a huge fan of that, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I just think it's weird that I have this Rotom in my phone, and it doesn't count as a Pokemon for me. It's basically just... It's in my phone. Like, what's serving the purpose of being in my phone for? I can at least see the Rotom Dex, because the Rotom Dex in Sun and Moon would talk to you. Kind of be your guide a little bit, but the one in the phone is just there. It doesn't really have a purpose.
I feel like over
if
time...
I could use the phone in battle, yeah, sure. But
I feel like over time, they just started getting bred for that purpose, so they stopped really having much of a mind of their own, which is really depressing to think of.
That's what I don't like either, is I really liked how Rotom was almost considered a legendary, well, not legendary, but a mythical Pokemon in Gen 4. Because you could only get it through, like, special means. I think it was, like, at a certain time on the TV in the old chateau.
Yeah.
And that's what I really liked about it. It was like, oh my god, this is cool. Also, it's just a cool Pokemon in general.
And now he's just sort of, like, downplayed completely and lost that potential title.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of hate, because you can just find him out in the wild now, which is the same for other Pokemon, but, like, he became functionally just a device for people to use now.
Yeah, that part of it's really sad, but, like, how useful he can be is really cool. And the fact that he can inhabit all kinds of technology is really awesome.
Yeah, if I were to have a Pokemon IRL, I'd probably pick Rotom. As one of them. I don't know if I'd pick them as the main one, but I would say I would want a Rotom IRL.
I mean, I want to catch them all, you know?
Fair enough.
Alright, let's move on to number 4.
Number 4, mine is Porygon Z.
Ugh. See, that's another one I don't like.
Oh, what's wrong with Porygon Z?
Porygon was beautiful on his own, and then he got like 2 upgrades, and I hate them.
See, I love them. I can understand your quarrels with Porygon 2, because it's basically like Porygon got smoothed out, and it's just like, okay, well, this is weird. But I really like how in Porygon Z, it doesn't really have a shape anymore. Well, I mean, I guess it does. It's still kind of got the duck shape, but it's almost as if it's glitching out, which I love. I love that it's basically a glitch now, compared to the original Porygon, which was like all blocky and like, what's the word for? Blocky and straightforward, I guess. It's basically like a Porygon Z's been upgraded and now it's got a bunch of glitches, whereas Porygon was like the original that was straight coded, and you know, I just enjoy that.
I mean, if you enjoy it, that's great. I just think there's all kinds of wrong with him.
Oh, I don't think so.
But
it's also got an interesting shiny.
I don't remember what his shiny looks like. What color is this shiny? I can't remember.
It's blue and pink. Like the red part.
Oh, they swap places. Okay. Gotcha.
Well, not exactly swap places, but
I don't know. He's weird to me anyways. My number 4 is Pachirisu.
Aw.
He's so cute. And
yeah, Pachirisu's awesome.
I really feel like besides the Pikachu line, a lot of like the electric mouse types just don't get enough love. And it makes me really sad. Like, Emolga's super cute, and then Pachirisu's just freaking adorable, and there's just so many others, too, that you never really think about. But I love that he kind of acts like a cat or a dog, where he chases his tail around.
Yeah.
It's really cute, and then he sleeps on it. It's just adorable.
Pachirisu's always been one of my favorites, but I didn't really see the use to using them in the games.
I know, me too. Like, there was no point in using it because there was always something, like, better and stronger to serve the purpose. But in, like, if it were real life, like, if I could actually own one, I'd really want a Pachirisu. Because I love squirrels already. I think they're super adorable. And then just to have an adorable electric squirrel that kind of acts like a cat, yes, yeah. I need that in my life.
Awesome.
Alright, it's time to move on to our top 3. So, what is your number 3?
Mine's Rotom.
Nice.
I like Rotom a lot. And we've already talked about him, why I've already liked him, so.
Fair. See, my number 3 is Driftloon. Which we've already gone over. And I love the lore around him. I love him so much.
Driftloon's amazing.
I know! He always kind of reminded me of that little short Billy's Balloon.
Billy's?
I'm pretty sure it's by the same dude who made Rejected. So it's basically like this little balloon, and he'll like wrap his ribbon around like a kid and then bring him up into the air, like around his wrist, and bring him up into the air and then lets go and just drops the kid to his death.
Oh, jeez.
And you just see these little red balloons just doing it all over town.
I mean, that was made, I just googled it, that was made in 1998, so maybe it was inspired by that. Or it could have some, like, Japanese heritage that we don't know about, I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the concept has to have come from somewhere. I doubt the concept for Driftloon came from Billy's balloon, but I'm thinking whatever Billy's balloon was inspired by is what Driftloon was inspired by. Because it's so
Probably.
similar in its story. So that's my guess. So what's... What?
By the way, Driftloon's shiny is pretty cool, too. I just want to mention that.
I do like it shiny. It's gold, right, I think?
It's, yeah, it's goldish. It's like yellowish with the little X turning blue and everything.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
I
know a lot of people don't like yellow. I know a lot of people don't like yellow shinies, but I like
me, it's the green ones I don't like, because they always look like they're sickly.
True. Like
Tauros. The first time I got him, I was like, why are you sick, bud? I had no idea what a shiny was. And I was like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so sick? And then I realized years later it's because he was shiny, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. That poor bastard.
Yeah, a lot of shinies are like that, unfortunately.
All right, number 2.
So I went with Torterra.
Nice.
Because Turtwig was my first starter ever. And I still have him. Like, I still have the Torterra in my Alpha Sapphire game. So, I'm very much attached. Cool. Like, I fell in love with Turtwig as soon as I saw him in the game. I would pick him every single time.
Everybody loves Turtwig. He is even my favorite of the starters from this. And I usually don't go grass type. For me, it's usually fire or water. But I really liked him.
I feel like everybody loves the starters in Gen 4. There's
I don't like Chimchar.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not a person who likes monkeys pretty much at all, so except for Grookey. Okay, Grookey's like the only monkey in all of Pokemon that I'm like, yeah.
Well, Grookey's kind of like music based, so
yeah, well, that's part of it. I just really like
Chimchar was also weird because it evolved into another firefighting, which started the chain of firefighting types.
Yeah, they need to break away from that chain. And I know that they're saying that they did
in
this last one, but like, come on.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that there was 3 in a row.
He's still firefighting. I don't care what anyone says. Scorbunny's firefighting.
I mean, Scorbunny was the one I picked, but like, yeah, you could definitely see.
Like, that's what he was inspired by. Even though they didn't give him that typing. Ugh. We're on number 2, right?
Yes.
I got started thinking on Scorbunny and then totally forgot what was happening. My number 2 is Shaymin.
Shaymin?
Yeah, we shared a lot, but mine were higher up on the list.
Fair enough.
Well, except for, I guess, Rotom. He was higher in yours.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, same reasons for Shaymin. You know, again, I love the mythical Pokemon. I love his sky form. I think it's super cool looking, and it kind of looks like he's got a cape, but his land form's super cute. And after reading up on him, just to get, like, better ideas of, like, you know, what he was about, because I really like doing that, too, for these. I found out that apparently they do this, so Shaymin will have this migration that they do, and it's called the flower carrying migration. So when they migrate to a new area, wherever they land, a new flower field shows up.
That's adorable. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's so cute. And I was like, oh! So it just made Shaymin even better for me.
I wonder if that's because of... I wonder if, like, in Gen 4, there's that one town, Floroma Town, that's got flowers all over the place. I wonder if that's why.
That's very possible.
Because that's where you also get the item for Shaymin to switch forms.
Well, then that means that they probably would have been there.
Oh, I like that town even more now.
Yeah, it's super cute. All right, it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1.
All right, mine is Weevil.
I knew that.
Yeah.
How could it not be? Weevil's your ultimate favorite Pokemon.
Yes.
So go on, wow us with info.
It's it's hard to explain why I like Weavile so much, but I think it mainly started when I started playing Pokken Tournament. Because Weavile wasn't my favorite Pokemon for a while, but when I started playing Pokken Tournament, I realized that they were a playable character, and I'm like, alright, I'll try out Weavile. And I really enjoyed playing as Weavile, and it had the mannerisms that were, like, adorable, too. Like, when you start the match, sometimes it'll jump up to the camera and, like, smile at you. I'm like, that's the most adorable thing ever.
Cute.
And, yeah. And I started thinking about it, I'm like, I really like ice types. Because I didn't... For a lot of the Pokemon games, you don't really get to use ice types that much because they show up later in the game.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad.
We never start in, like, ice-type worlds, and it sucks. Like, I keep hoping that they're gonna do, like a North American one. Where we actually start in, like, the ice world. Like, if you started in, like, Canada and then moved your way down into the States where it gets hotter, and did it the opposite way, that'd be really neat.
And I see why they don't do it, but... Yeah, I've always enjoyed ice types, and I always thought to myself, well, they're always in places that are, like, later in the game, so there's no point in using them. Which makes me upset, because, like, you want to get a Weavile, then you've got to go get a Sneasel, which doesn't come until you're until you got to go to the 7th gym. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, but, well, I mean, at least in this new game, having an ice type really helped your chances.
Well, there's that, and, like, in the wild area, it'll just randomly snow, which will just cause ice types to show up, which I enjoyed a lot. I like that fact. Yeah,
it made it a lot easier to catch them, and it made them a lot more usable because they were so accessible.
Yeah. But Weavile just held a place in my heart for a while now. Plus, it's like a cat, and I love cats.
He's more like a weasel.
I mean, kinda, but they've got the cat mannerisms. Also, the shiny is badass. It's like pink lemonade. I love
it. Cute. The pink ones are always the best ones.
Yeah.
Mine, my number one is Lopunny. So this is why I was saying that I was gonna have ones from the same line. Because I really like Buneary on his own, and I really love Lopunny. Like, I've always thought Lopunny was super freaking adorable, and I don't like that people out there are making so many disgusting images of her.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Lopunny fell in the same way that Gardevoir has.
And, like, I get it, you know, she's got, like, those humanistic characteristics about her, so, like, it's like, I get it, but, like, did you have to? But either way, she's super cute. I hate her Mega, though. I just like her, and I think she's perfect on her own. Or him, you know. It can be both genders. It always just looks the same. It's
actually more prominently going to be a male, I think.
No, I thought it was still 50-50, wasn't it?
No,
it's 50-50. The gender ratio is 50-50.
Alright, I'm wrong on that one.
Yes, you are.
Sorry. It's also just a really good normal type to have somewhat early in the game.
Yeah. I do like... well, go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But basically, Bidoof replaces Rattata in this generation, but, you know, Bidoof and Bibarel are pretty much good for HM slaves, but,
yeah,
you know, there's people out there that love them. I like them too, but I would want to use them on my team. Buneary is one that you can just get on your team, and then it'll actually be pretty good throughout the game.
Yeah. Now, I will say this about the Mega Lopunny. I do like that it's normal fighting, so it does add something a little extra to her. But I still prefer Lopunny on its own. Plus, when it's shiny, it's pink, and it's so cute!
Yeah. So
I like that. But yeah, so that's it. That is our top 10. And I'm excited that we were finally able to do this, because we've been talking about doing this for, well, a year now.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, but we finally both had a chance where we could sit down and do this. So I'm good. I'm good now. And maybe next year I'll be able to do my Gen 5 top 10. But who knows? So anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun.
No problem. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course. And I'm sure you'll be back on my channel eventually.
I'm positive of it.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video and you want to see more from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I don't think Ham is streaming anywhere right now, right?
I do not have a YouTube channel or a streaming account as of yet.
Well, then he's just here merely for the sake of being here, so thank you for being here, and show some love and support for Ham as well in the comments. Tell him how great he was today, and maybe it'll push him to getting his own account.
Thanks.
Alright, bye!
Goodbye!